Do you feel it? Because I can feel it. Spring is in the air. It's just around the corner. At least here. I don't know about where you are. Let me know how is the temperature and weather where you are right now. But right now, here in North Carolina, things are warming up. And it's so nice to see some of the things that are starting to grow right now, like seeing the dandelions having flowers right now. I know a lot of people like to eradicate them, which I could go on a rant about that, but I'm going to try not to. But keep the dandelions. They're so neat, so beneficial. And you can eat them too, the flowers and the leaves. And also seeing the wild onions and the various little flowers popping up here and there. It's so neat. And to feel the difference in the air, I just absolutely love it. So still have a lot of work to do here and gearing up for spring and this time of year. But so nice to be able to have, just to feel different out here. So I'm just going to look around, see what all we need to do for today. The past couple days have been pretty cool, really chilly, and the wind has been ridiculous. But it is warming up. The forecast for this week shows it to be a lot warmer. So we're lifting up our sides of the caterpillar tunnel and letting some nice air in here, airflow, and for our lettuce that we have in here. And I must say, I'm really liking how the lettuce is looking right now. It's a little dry. I don't have the irrigation set up for it, so I'm gonna have to do some overhead watering by hand, and we'll come get our irrigation set up maybe tomorrow. But definitely enjoying seeing this. So right here, these are the tarps that I was talking about. The wind was just blowing them around, and they were on these beds right here that we were covering to protect them from the rain, so that way once the rain was gone, then we could go ahead and begin prepping these beds so it wouldn't be dealing with muddy mess. But they did stay dry, but now the tarps are all over the place. So we're just going to take them up, and tomorrow we'll get some seeds in these beds. I have found that folding these is much more effective than rolling them up. So we're gonna go ahead and put these at the back of the garden. This wasn't the major plan for today. And believe it or not, some of you on a previous video talked about me needing to have a to-do list for the things that I do on the farm on a daily basis. And believe it or not, I do. I feel like I'm a very organized person, because each day I have a list as far as what I'm going to do on the farm, what I'm going to do with the videos, what we're going to do as a family, what we're going to do with the menu. You have to have some type of organization, and I highly recommend doing a list of some sort, whether you're homesteading or not. It just helps your life to go better and to have a direction and to have more order, and with more order can bring more peace. Alright, well, that item can be marked off the checklist. And speaking of checklist, I like to use, well, I've done a couple things for my checklist. On a regular basis, I just like to use just good old notebook and just writing it down by hand. But I'll also use like a to-do list app, as well as I've used Wonderlist before, but I really like this one. It's just called To Do. and it's a really good app for, and you can make categories for different areas that you want to make checklists for. I really like it. But one of the things that I had to learn about making lists, I actually learned the hard way, is back when I worked in the fitness industry, I was trying to do well and trying to excel, but my boss would ask me to do things, and oftentimes I would forget, and then he would come back and follow up a couple days later asking me, how did such and such go? And I'd be like, oh man, forgot. So after a number of times of doing that, I was like, you know what? I need to get a list. I need to get myself together. So I'm not just trying to remember to do things right off the top of my head, that I have a structure and then I have a plan and then I'm organized and at the time so I don't get fired. So I encourage everybody, get a list. Even if you're an organized person or not, everybody needs a list. So one of the main things that I wanted to accomplish today is we're going to be adjusting the chicken fence right here in this area that I've been working on, culling out these trees, so that way I can go ahead and pull out some of these stumps, and there's just a little area where there's just some things growing that the chickens can help me with clearing out. So let's go get the rest of the family, get the rest of the team, so they can help me move the fence. Hey Selah.
Hi.
Just hanging out over here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you can go ahead and ask everybody to join me up where the chickens are, up there where I'm culling out the trees, and I could really use your help with adjusting and moving the fence.
Yes, sir. That sounds really fun.
No, it doesn't. That doesn't sound fun to you.
Yes, it does.
Why does it sound fun?
Well, because you get to run around.
Just get to run around. You also like to get in there and get hands-on with them and feed them out of your hands, and you actually take really good pictures too.
Thank you.
Well, I'll see you up there. Definitely got to unplug the fence. At this fence up here with this flock, we use the electrical plug-in fence, but we also have one of the solar ones as well. At this time of day, the ducks start resting, and they kind of tuck themselves in this little ball, and with the mulch, they're actually camouflaged, the khaki Campbell ones are. Here you can see the chickens stand out, and definitely Greg stands out with being white. But right there, the khaki Campbells is right there. You wouldn't even guess that these right there would be ducks from an aerial perspective. They really blend in really well with the mulch, so it's kind of hard to distinguish the difference. That's my first time really noticing that, so that's pretty neat. Hey guys.
Hi. Hey.
So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the fence and make it go around this tree area so the chickens can kind of help us with scratching and cleaning up over here. So I need your help with just kind of making sure they don't go buck wild on us.
Sure.
So Micah, what are you going to do if a chicken gets out? Are you going to tackle it? You are? And Mommy's here with her Baker Creek hat, sporting the Baker Creek gear. So not sure if you heard or not, but what we're going to do is just going to move and adjust the fence around here so the chickens and ducks can help us clean out over there. And then after that, I'm going to come and take out some of these stumps here and some of the ones that are right here where they are. So if a couple of you could just climb in the fence and then encourage the chickens and ducks to come on this side of the chickshaw here, so that way I can adjust the white fence and use the white fence to kind of wrap around and still keep them contained.
Hey, down the back end.
All right, here you go. Woo!
Me too, me too.
You gonna get thrown in too? 1, 2, 3. Follow Selah. She's doing the right thing. Thank you, Selah. There we go. Yep. Still got a lot of debris to gather up, so just the process. All right, so what we have connected here has been two fences, two Premier 1 netting that we have attached together to make a large section. So right now I'm just taking that large section and splitting it in half so that way we can keep them contained, and then I'm going to take the other half and wrap it around and then connect them together again. Okay, now that I've split it in half, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bunch this side of the green fence up, pull it in, and then wrap the white fence around in the area that we're going to. And then once it's set up, then I can come back and pull up the green and then attach it all together so it's one big section again. And when you're having to work around trees, it's one of the challenges of dealing with using the netting, is you're gonna have to figure out how to maneuver around things, but we're getting it done. Not strong enough yet, almost. 1, 2, 3, work together. Come on. Whoa, you did that one by yourself. I shouldn't underestimate your strength. They don't underestimate my power, Daddy. Alright, so thank you for holding that for me, Selah. Alright, so you're going to be the gatekeeper on this side. Make sure none get out this way as Mike and I wrap the fence around this way. Alright. Go. Come on, tuck it in. Bam Bam Bigelow. Are you Bam Bam Bigelow? Pushing that in? Alright.
I have a line of an area, and then not allowed to come past the area.
Alright, so thought it would reach a little bit further than it did. I want to clean up in here and let the chickens kind of go to town. We'll pull some of this stuff out, but that way we can just keep it clean and neat, put some mulch around it, and just tidy it up even more. So now that we have the white fence pulled around, I want to pull in the green one and see if we can connect them together right in here somewhere. So here we go again. You ready, Micah? You gonna give me 5? You ready? Bang. See, I'm always ready.
I'm always ready.
All right, guys, here we go. I'm gonna bunch this up and then wrap it around this way. So just make sure. I think we got it secure there, but just make sure to watch them. It's okay that they go this way now, but just watch. Make sure I didn't leave any. There's no stick holding gaps up or anything.
I'll check first.
But they are going. Here we go. Alright, constantly getting these things tangled up, but it makes it even worse when you also get sticks tangled up in these things. So. You tangled up there, Micah?
You need some help?
Alright, so we're a little long, so what we're going to do is just kind of wrap it on itself. And you can do that, just got to make sure that what's overlapping doesn't touch the ground, because it will lose out on some of the shock. Yep, we're gonna put that in. There you go, look at that working man. He's a working man. Let me give you a little help. There we go. We'll put that right up there. Then put this right up there. That'll keep it from connecting and touching the ground. Alright, so now we're connected, and less likelihood of them getting out. We'll just go through and put in the other post. All right, now that we have our fence mostly put up, laid out, now we're just gonna go through and tidy things up, and Lacey's removing some of the branches here, take away any of them that are coming into contact with our fence. As they're doing that, I'm just gonna go along the perimeter of the fence, just checking for any problems. All right, now it's time to put in one of the final touches, and that is the pins. I'm looking for gaps, any places where I feel like they can get out from underneath. What I'll do is I'll just take right here on the bottom line, and this bottom line is a non-electrified line, and then I'll just put my pin right over it. Just like that. And then bam. You're doing a great job over here.
Thanks.
So I appreciate the help.
There's a lot of these little cat briars and things growing.
And they're not fun, especially getting stabbed in the legs and the bottom when you're trying to move this. So looking forward to that being done and over with. Also, we have our fruit trees and our bush berries,
on the way.
shrubs, whatever you want to call them, coming from Stark Brothers. I think what, next week, next Friday?
I think a week from next Friday.
So
the 20th,
pretty excited about that. So have you ordered any fruit trees or berries? Not? Should. Check out Stark Brothers. They have a great selection.
Yeah,
So we're pretty excited about that. And I really need to get on it with those fruit trees coming. So I think what I'm going to do next, Lacie, is I'm going to go ahead and use the excavator and take out these stumps here. That's what I had planned to do today. And if you could, it's been a while since we've given the chickens some apple cider vinegar. So if you could go ahead and make a mix for the kids to add to their water.
Okay.
And then I think you have some things to do with your fire cider too, right?
Yeah, we need to strain it out. It's been well over 6 weeks.
So we did a video, I don't know, you said about 6 weeks ago?
It was longer than that, but yes.
On fire cider. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. It's a great way to boost your immune system, but she'll talk all about that.
Well, I think I've done enough cat briar clipping today. So I'm gonna head inside and I'm gonna show you, like Mike said, how to strain out your fire cider and what you can do with it. Whew, today is one of those days where it's winter in the shade and summer in the sun. And when that happens, it's hot in the yurt. Let me go see exactly how hot it is in here. Let's see. Oh, so it's pushing 80 degrees in here. I'm gonna have to open up the dome because it's a little hot. Well, here we go. Here is our fire cider. It's ready to be strained. It's been ready to be strained, but I stuck it back in on a shelf and kind of forgot about it. And we really haven't been sick, so I didn't even think about it. So I'm gonna show you, super easy, how to strain this out. All we're doing is taking a big bowl and a strainer, and if I can get it open over here, there we go. So a big bowl, a strainer, and you are just straining all of this out. Now, since we have so much like material in here, we had our horseradish and our turmeric and garlic and all that in here. We don't have a ton of, it's gonna take a while to drain out. So I just take it and turn it over and let it sit just like this. And after a while, after it's totally done draining out, then I'm going to take all of my garlic and onions and all the stuff that's in there. And this year I'm going to try something a little different. Before, we would just eat it. We ate the garlic and ate the onions. I love vinegar taste, so it was almost just like pickled garlic. And that's how we've eaten it in the past. But I've heard that you can take it and dehydrate it and then, you know, put it in your blender or your food processor and make it into a powder form, and then just use it as a seasoning. And I think that's a wonderful idea. So that's what I'm going to do with this batch. One other thing that Mike told you about that I was going to show you and wanted to talk about is putting apple cider vinegar in our chickens and our other animals' water. And it's super easy. It just kind of gives their immunity a boost. And so we like to do it every now and then. But all you do is we use organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. You want to take this and you just want to add, I looked up online and they say a teaspoon per liter. And I really don't measure. I just do kind of a glug, glug, glug in about a gallon jug and then go ahead and pour it in their water. And we do that, you know, every now and then. So I'm going to make up a gallon so Mike can take it out, or one of the kids, and go put it in our animals' water. All of my fire cider has drained out, and I have all of this onions and garlic and spices that I'm going to put into a bowl so then I can transfer to my dehydrator. So this right here is the final product, fire cider.
All right, what's cracking over here?
I got our fire cider all drained out right here.
There we go.
Do you want to try some?
I'll pass.
Only when you need it,
Only
right?
when I need it. That apple cider, anything with the apple cider vinegar, strong, straight like that, is just, ugh.
Well, then I'll try it. Here we go. I want to get some. Just a little bit, even though I like apple cider vinegar. So here we go. Woo!
Alright. That can't be a wuss. Since you did it, I'll do it. Take it to the head. Woo!
Well, I will say that it tastes much better if you warm it up and add a little honey to it. So maybe I'll do that for you next time you need to take it.
I'm tough. I can do it. I can do it. Well, did you get some apple cider vinegar water made for our animals?
I got it for you right here.
Thanks. And for those of you who don't know, and if Lacie hasn't explained already, add an apple cider vinegar to your livestock, their water. It's a really good immune system booster, and it's really good for them. So it's really good to do it every so often.
Oh, I almost forgot. There's one more thing you want to make sure you do. Whenever you're pouring your apple cider vinegar into your jar, whatever container you have, you want to make sure it's not metal, because it will rust out the metal. So I love these plastic jar lids, and they fit my mason jars really great, and they even have a seal in them so it doesn't leak. So that is what my apple cider vinegar is going in.
Sounds good. Anything else planned for tonight?
Oh, I don't know. We're just having breakfast for dinner. I think egg sandwiches and hash browns.
Well, that's all that I have planned today. And while Lacie was in here, I was still working outside, working on using the excavator to pull out some of those stumps. And man, this one was a challenge, but I got it out. And speaking of plans, we still have a lot planned, and pretty much from this point forward, we're going to be planting and starting seeds each week. So for those of you who are concerned about us not having the plans for today, we have a to-do list like I talked about earlier. We actually have a weekly plan that we keep over there to know day by day what we need to do. So let me know in the comments below, how do you stay on track? How do you plan? Do you do to-do lists? Do you have a schedule, a calendar? Let me know. That's it for now. See you later.